Hey everyone, it's Tony with Beach City Brokers. I wanted to take a couple minutes and talk to you about Zillow. I have a lot of clients who, or just people I'm talking to that say, "Oh, I don't need you to figure out how much my home is worth. I looked on Zillow today and the Zestimate, I found that, and so I know what my home's worth." Or people that are doing a search when I offer to set them up on a custom home search, they'll say, "Oh no, that's okay. I'm all set up on Zillow." I'm going to cover that part first, and it sort of ties into the Zestimate. But both of those beliefs have inaccuracies in them. First of all, not all houses that are on the MLS go to Zillow. Agents do not have to share their listings with Zillow, and often do not, because of the fact that Zillow sells their leads, that their listings, they sell them to other agents who names pop up. All those agents that you see on the right hand side under the listing agent, they all pay to be there. And so that upsets a lot of agents, because we work very hard to get our listings, and Zillow turns around and sells those to other people. So other people get calls that really they wouldn't normally get if they weren't paying for them. So not all agents post to Zillow. I personally do, unless my client asks me not to, and that's simply because I want my clients to have the most exposure. But if you're searching houses on Zillow, you are most likely not finding all of the homes that are on the MLS. So that's first and foremost. So when an agent like myself says, "I want to set up a custom home search for you," that's going to be directly tied to the MLS. Anytime a listing comes available, the minute it does, it will go directly to your inbox. That's a huge advantage when you know that you're getting all of those listings as soon as they come up. So keep that in mind. And part of the reason why some agents don't post to Zillow is because the Zestimates are so wrong. And I want to give you some numbers that are pulled directly from Zillow's website about how accurate they are and how often they're that accurate. They start with 5%. Hey, 5%. We're within 5% of the selling price 55.5% of the time. So I'm going to break that down for you a little bit. So half of the time they're within 5%. Half of every house that is listed on their website is within 5%. So if it's $1 million home, which is pretty common in the South Bay, that means that they're within $50,000. That's a big deal. $50,000 is not a small amount, and thinking that your house is worth a certain amount and finding out that it's worth $50,000 less can be a big shock. And I'm going to give you two other numbers that they throw out. 75% of the time, 75.7 actually, they're within 10%. 10%. 3/4 of the time, they're within 10%. So $100,000 on $1 million home. So, hey, we see our house is worth $1.1 million on Zillow. No, it's not. It's worth $1 million. How big of a deal would that be to find that out if you think that you're going to sell your house and get a certain amount and then it sells for $100,000 less? The more striking number, 87.6% of the time, most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, they're only within 20% accuracy. On that same $1 million home, that's a $200,000 difference. $200,000 is an incredible amount to be off. And it leads me to talk again about how important it is to find a local agent that knows the area, that is familiar with what's going on, the trends that are happening. They're not just taking numbers and figuring out an algorithm and saying, this is what your house is worth. We walk through your house. We look at everything that you've added to it, everything you've done to it, things that still need to be done to it. And we compare it to all the homes around your area that have sold recently. That's an invaluable service that we provide. To bring that into more perspective, the CEO of Zillow, Spencer Raskoff, sold his house in February of 2016. He had a house up in Seattle. It was listed, and you can look this up, it's all over the internet. His home's estimate was $1.75 million. It sold for 1.05. That's a 40% inaccuracy on the CEO of the website that listed it as 1.75 million. It's a big deal. And for everyone that's using Zillow, just take it for what it is. It is a website service that tries to be accurate but simply cannot. Let me know if you're looking to find out what the real value of your home is. I know every agent says, I'll give you a free estimate as to what your home's worth. That's a great service that we offer. And obviously I offer it. If you're not in the South Bay area, I have agents all across the country that I work with. I belong to a national network of over 5,000 agents. I have agents local in the South Bay, over 2,000 that I network with. And even in my own office at Beach City Brokers, we have about 130 agents that we all internally network with. So trust your realtor and don't go with some of these bargain basement places that don't have agents. They have agents that work off of salary rather than commission, because that's the only way they can make it as a realtor. And you need to find a realtor that you can trust, that you can sit down with and find out is professional, that takes the time to do what's needed to give you the true value of your home so that you can sell it for the highest amount in the shortest amount of time. So I welcome you to give me a call, reach out to me on email, on Facebook, Instagram, however you want to do it. My cell phone, 323-304-5909. If you have any questions, you want to know the value of your home, the real value of your home, or even if you're just looking for a home, I can set you up on an MLS search, but I also have the networks to provide you a lot of off-market listings that haven't even reached the MLS yet. So again, love your realtors, people. They're not all great, but ones like me, that's the ones you trust. Anyway, I appreciate your time. And remember, with me, every client matters. Thanks so much. I appreciate your time one more time. And thank you again. Bye-bye.